Welcome back to New York City, everybody. I'm Coach Todd.
I've been up for way too long today.
That's Coach Cole. We got Brooklyn hanging out over here in the corner. She's probably going to be passed out in about 30 seconds. You're back for another outfit workout. Today's workout is going to be a 40-minute workout. You're either going to be using one dumbbell, or one kettlebell. Besides this format that we're about to be going into, we do have two other formats that we post weekly. That's a 20-minute bodyweight workout, as well as a 10-minute abs workout. So before we get going and before we get into the workout, do us a favor, please like this video and then subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way you get notifications every week when we do upload the workouts. If everything's going well, that's on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. Coach Cole's going to be doing the warm-up for us, but before that I just want to point out one thing. You're going to notice that both Coach Cole and myself are working out, we're indoors, and we're not wearing masks, and we're only doing it for the purpose of this video. Anytime that we're indoors, working out or not, we're always wearing masks. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. There is an end in sight, but we still have to stay constant with wearing our masks. Everyone's staying safe. It's a team sport, so we just ask that we all do our part. With that being said, let's start working out. Coach Cole, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Todd's favorite stretch is going to get us moving today. Nice big arm circle on the right, left foot up and tall, touch the hands. Your hamstrings are super sore like mine are today. You might feel this right down the back of your leg.
Why are your hamstrings so sore?
RDLs.
RDLs for days.
Best movement out there. What was that? Todd's favorite stretch.
I just can't figure it out. Oh. Why have you been up for so long?
I just covered for a coach this morning, that's all.
Nice.
Which is fine, I love coaching in the mornings. My favorite time to coach. But I have to go to bed at the correct time the night before, or else I'm grumpy.
So we got grumpy Cole?
A little grumpy. I'm not really grumpy today. I'm actually having a good day.
We'll see what happens.
But
40 minutes later.
let's get about 30 jumping jacks in, feet out, feet in, count to 30. If I go to bed at the right time, I mean I do go to bed like at 8:45 when I coach in the morning time. And we'll do what we can. Where are you at? 22? 22. Good. Let's get some behind the head good morning. So lock your hands behind your head, feet under your shoulders, nice soft knees, send that butt back nice and far. Feel those hammies stretch out. We'll go for 10, nice and slow.
Your favorite holiday is quickly approaching.
Yes, it is. I got big plans.
Do you?
No. Let's get 20 butt kicks in. Kick yourself in the butt. Count to 20.
In case you're wondering, Coach Cole's favorite holiday is Valentine's Day.
I know it. I do have to go shopping though and like decorate a little bit. Makes me happy. We're gonna hit the floor for 10 scorpion rolls after this. So I need you flat on the ground, arms in a T. Once Todd just whispered, this one's tough.
Tough for me.
Arms in a T. I want you to take your left foot, reach it all the way across your body towards your right hand, as close as you can get. Come back down to center, give me your right foot towards your left hand. That was 1 each side. Let's go for 6 each side total. 12 reps. Kick across. This is great. Twisting around your T-spine, letting your chest stretch out. And in Todd's words, this is tough.
It's getting better.
Exactly. Once we finish 12, I'm going to have you put your hands right next to your shoulders. You're going to leave your legs nice and flat on the floor. I just want you to push the ground away and find a little bit of like a pseudo-sphinx pose here. We're doing a little bit of abs today. I want you to breathe through your abdomen, let it stretch out for like 20 seconds, that's all. Probably because my abs are really sore, so this feels great right now. Stick your toes in the ground, then stick your butt up to the sky. Head through the hands. Why don't you pedal out those heels while you're here a little bit? Stretch out the calves. Walk the hands on in. Roll on up. Give me 10 quick air squats up and down. Feet where you like to squat, and we'll talk. Once you finish that last squat, grab a dumbbell or a kettlebell if you need to. Grab a drink of water. Todd's gonna go over the strength today. We'll talk, we'll get it moving. It's 10 minutes.
You got about 30 seconds to grab that weight. Grab a drink if you need it. Just out of curiosity, how does one decorate for Valentine's Day?
My phone wasn't recording this. I would call my mother up. She could tell you all about it. Placemats, candles. You need bowls of candy around the house. You can change out some of the artwork in the house so it's Valentine's Day themed. You have Valentine's Day wine glasses that come out. What else? A Valentine's Day throw blanket that goes on the couch, some heart-shaped pillows that go around. This is what I grew up with. This is part of the reason I love Valentine's Day. What else?
All these items currently living in New York City, partner?
No, but I want them to. Not all of that, some of that. Like, I don't have placemats. Those are like at my parents' house. But I want to steal some. Oh, like a fake like heart-shaped wreath that goes in the front door. That's really cute. I can't put one on my apartment front door because someone would steal it, but you know.
You think if you put a wreath on your door, someone would steal it?
I wouldn't put it past them to steal it. They've stolen my mail, so.
Tough living in the city.
Tough living in New York City.
So here we go. We have my favorite format. Coach Cole is, I think, on the fence
I
about
think
it.
this is tough.
Yeah. I'll take a tough warm-up compared to a tough 10-minute workout. It's really not that tough. There is one challenging thing about it. You can just decide how it's going to affect you. But what it is, it's going to be 10 minutes, and it's going to be an ascending ladder. And we're combining just two movements. One is going to be a hang muscle clean, and then the other one is going to be a push jerk, which if you want to, you can scale to a push press. If a push jerk is not familiar for you, or if the mobility today isn't really there. So I'm going to have Coach Cole demonstrate a couple of these movements. First one is going to be that hang muscle clean with the dumbbell. So we're going to be hinging at the hip. He's standing up tall. He's going to hinge at the hip. Butt's going to come down. He's going to do a little swing, and then he's going to end up with that dumbbell in his front rack. If he could do about 4 for me. So there's just a hinge, ending up in the one head on that shoulder. That's going to be our hang muscle clean. And then the second movement is going to be a push jerk. Can we start sideways, please? Thank you. So a push jerk is going to involve 3 parts. There's a dip, there's a drive, and then there's a re-dip. So go ahead and do the movement for us. That's our dip, that's our drive, and then re-dip. So you see he's landing in a partial squat, and then he's going to go ahead and stand up. Hold that for 1 second, please. Just go ahead and stand up. What's nice about the push jerk is that you're going to use your legs twice. When you dip and drive, your legs send it up. And then when you re-dip, you lock out your arms and you use your legs to stand it up. So you're going to be able to last longer instead of the push press, which we'll talk about in a second. So we'll do a couple more push jerks a little slow. So you see he's catching it in that partial squat, standing up all the way, and then going into the next rep. As compared to, he's going to switch sides for us, that push press, where there's a dip drive, and he's going to finish with a press. So once he stands up all the way, he stays standing up, and then he finishes it with that press overhead. That movement is a lot more familiar for us. Go ahead and rest, thank you. That movement is a lot more familiar for us, for a lot of us. So whichever movement you choose, we're going to be combining hang muscle cleans, and then either a push jerk or a push press. Here's how it's going to go. 3, 2, 1, go. The clock's going to beep, and we are going to start with 2 hang muscle cleans, 2 push jerks on one side. We're going to switch sides, 2 hang muscle cleans, 2 push jerks on the other side. When we go back to our original side, the numbers are going to be going up. So now we're going to do 4 and 4, 4 and 4, 6 and 6, 6 and 6. We're just going to keep adding 2 reps every round until we get to the 10-minute time cap. So what's challenging about this format is you do get rests and that you're switching from side to side. So one side is working, one side isn't working. But ideally, you don't put that weight down the whole time. So if it's kettlebell, if it's dumbbell, you're switching sides to give one side a rest, but you're trying to keep moving the whole time, and that's what the challenge is. If you need to put it down, you need to take a break, no worries, not a big deal. If you've done this before with us, this format, then you know what it feels like. Try to delay how soon you put the weight down and you take a rest. That way, eventually, as this format appears again and again, you will be able to get through those 10 minutes. All right? So we got about 40 seconds until we get going. Again, hopefully you have your weight and you have everything that you need. And then we're going to be starting with the 2 hang muscle cleans and then 2 push jerks.
My goal is to not put it down today, as always with this format.
My goal is to not lose count. And that's going to be the hardest part, because I'm probably going to be talking a bit, And that's when I start losing count.
This is my goal too. No, if it's your goal, then I don't have to worry about it because we'll keep count. So.
Very good, very good. So my responsibility is keep count and talk. Coach Cole is just focus on
holding that dumbbell. Today is like, regarding this format, the most tired and sorest I felt for running something like this. Which just means not every day is a great day. That's okay. Some days you're tired, sometimes you're sore. Your goal stays the same. Cool. That's what mine's gonna do today.
Yeah, not every day is a great day.
It's okay. We're still doing fitness. That's the goal.
As long as you're getting your workout in, it's still a better day than you just not doing it because you don't feel it. So
Heck yeah.
we're gonna do it. We're actually gonna start in 10 seconds. I'm starting on my left side. You start on whichever side you feel comfortable. 2 cleans, 2 push jerks. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 2 cleans, 2 push jerks. Switching sides. 2 cleans, 2 push jerks.
On the push jerks, now we're just getting them rocking. You're probably getting your rounds of 4 reps each. Make sure that you stand all the way up to the end. I myself also, every once in a while, catch myself dipping, driving, and coming back to the shoulder too early. So stand it up, then get the next rep in, or switch sides.
Again, if you're doing a push press, not a big deal. No worries there. Whatever you've chosen for your movement, just try to see if we can do that unbroken. Finishing up the 4s over here, heading into my 6s. So a couple things to be thinking about. As we're settling in, we're about 90 seconds in. When you're doing these cleans, talk about this a lot, you probably hear me say this a lot. Try to keep your arm glued to your stomach as long as possible. So when I'm standing up, keeping this glued until that last second, and then sending my hand through, or just getting it to the front rack position with the dumbbell. It's gonna be a lot more efficient because you're gonna be getting the most out of that hip opening, and you're not gonna have it swinging in front of you and crashing down if you have a kettlebell, or just swinging in front of you and having to bring it back in if you're using that dumbbell.
So there are only 2 movements today. This is a cup lift, cleans, and push jerks. It's 10 minutes. Like I was talking about earlier, we don't always feel our best. We don't always feel our worst. We were probably most likely somewhere in between those 2. But you're here, you're doing what you can do whenever you're watching this for 10 minutes, seeing how high you can get. I definitely want to see some double digits. I think we'll reach near 20. That's awesome. Let us know. I'm on 8. I haven't lost count yet.
So as we're hitting this mark where we're about 3 minutes in, you may be tempted, even if you're switching from side to side. I'm sorry, what's that?
I'm talking to myself.
You may be tempted, even if you're switching from side to side, to really feel like you need a little more rest, particularly as these sets get bigger, because you should be able to finish whatever rep is assigned for that side before you switch. So now, even though I know this sounds counterintuitive to a lot of us, your overhead position can be a really nice resting position. Not gonna hang out here too long, but doing that push jerk, quick breath, next rep, quick breath, next rep. So thinking about resting overhead is going to slow it down a little bit so you get a little more rest. You can catch your breath, but also prevent you from putting that kettlebell or that dumbbell down for the duration of the workout.
The reason Todd was talking about resting overhead, it's a stronger position and there's less muscle engagement going on, so your arm gets a little bit more rest, your bicep is quite engaged when you're hanging on this dumbbell in the front rack, and it gets a lot more rest overhead. Your shoulder just set a little bit stronger. Just keeping yourself moving better for longer.
In addition to that, if you're resting overhead, you get the benefit, if you're resting overhead, you get the benefit of the downward momentum and reversing it instead of hanging out in your front rack position and then making this your starting position, which means the only thing adding to the ability for you to flow into the next movement is just your dip and drive and not reversing that momentum coming down and then taking it right back up.
I am just getting into 12, and we just passed our halfway point for this 10 minutes, so I'm not going to let go of this dumbbell. My goal is to hang on to it no matter what. Your goal might be to go a little bit faster, go a little bit slower. If you like this 10-minute format like Todd, maybe try and move nice and steady, see what you can get up to.
If you like this 10-minute format like me, leave a comment, tell me how much you like it. If you don't, leave a comment, tell me how much you like it. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Only positive comments. The world's too bad right now. If you're not liking the format, Coach Cole's ahead of me. I'm just going into my 12s. Breathing a little bit heavy. We've talked about this before. So as you're doing this, I know personally, I like to think about where I'm going to exhale. And I'm exhaling in two positions. I'm exhaling when I get overhead, and I'm exhaling when I get to this front rack position. So exhale, 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 exhale. If you think about exhaling, you're always going to inhale. That's always going to come next. So for a lot of people, if they're thinking about breathing, it can be an easier thing to think about when to breathe out instead of trying to force yourself to be breathing in.
Coming up right at that 3-minute mark. We're getting somewhere today.
All right. That's right, you're about 7 minutes in. If you haven't put it down this far, you got this. Think about your breathing. Exhale, 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 exhale. Think about if you need to, taking a pause overhead. Next rep, pause overhead. Next rep. But whatever it is, you got this. 4, 5, 6, 7.
If you've got your breathing under control and you have a good rhythm going, this workout probably isn't going to tax us all the way towards our breathing capacity. It's probably not going to test our overall strength numbers as well, especially if we've got a later at home dumbbell moving. These 10-minute AMRAP ladders, in my opinion, are all whether I want to put it down or not for the day. Just decide in your head. Got a little over 2 minutes left. Why give in now? I'm so far. Your biceps are burning like mine. Hang on, don't let go.
Last 2 minutes coming up. Good, hang in there. You got this.
Seconds. At least finish that side that you're on, get into the next set on the other. Plenty of time to do so.
Again, if you've gotten this far without putting down the weight, you need to slow it up, that's okay. Try not to put it down. You got your last 60 seconds coming up. That's it. 1 more minute of work. Then we're going to take a break. We're going to talk about what the conditioning is, and then we'll jump into that. So less than a minute You got a break coming up. Stick with it. Don't put that weight down.
Not now.
Here we go. Just over 30 seconds. You got this. Here you go. Just over 20. Hang in there. Last 15. That's like 5 more reps. You got this.
Hang on for 10. 3, 2, 1. Last rep. Breathe it out.
Nice job.
Feel on to that. That's 10 minutes of not putting your weight down. That's 10 minutes of your body being under tension. In my opinion, I think that's pretty good. Cool. It's pretty swole with my large bicep.
Catch your breath. Catch your breath. Grab a drink. We got about a minute or so just to kind of settle down for a second. Coach Cool is going to walk us through what the conditioning is going to be.
Todd makes us. I shouldn't say makes us. Once we finish our outfit events, we like to take a group picture afterwards. And Todd always likes us to flex in front of the picture. And the flexing picture is always a little bit.
So first off, you can see these photos if you go follow us on Instagram. So the Instagram link is down in. And I do that for 2 reasons. First is if there isn't a picture,
it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
That's true.
We all know that. But the second one is,
phone eats first.
Second one is, I've been running outfit events since 2014. And I've had so many group pictures of just everybody just standing there, dead after a workout, just stoic face or face dragging. And a couple years ago, I was like, can we flex? Can we do I don't know, I'm happy to do other things, but I don't know what to do in the moment for those pictures.
If you have any ideas, picture ideas.
So we usually just flex. Coach Cole likes the downward flex, I think. Yeah, but if you have an idea of what's good to do in group photos that isn't just standing there with a blank look on your face, particularly now, because everyone's got masks on, so maybe you can see them smiling in their eyes. They say you're supposed to smile with your eyes.
Smizing. Alright, this is not America's Next Top Model, so we're going to stop talking about smizing. We're going to talk about some fitness, our workout today. 6 rounds. We have 3-minute windows. Alright, your goal is to complete as many of your movements in those 3-minute windows as you can. Once the 3-minute clock beeps, we're back at the beginning. Cool, this workout's written, so we're probably not going to be able to complete our reps. If you're feeling crazy and you're on a ton of caffeine and you're just had the best day ever and you finish all of your last movement, I guess you get some rest before that next 3-minute interval. That's right? It's not going to happen. Sorry.
Prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong. I love being proved wrong.
Prove us wrong.
Cool. 10 thrusters plus a lunge and a lunge. That is our first movement on 3, 2, 1, go. What that's going to be is Todd's going to choose an arm. He's going to pick up his dumbbell or kettlebell and do a front rack for me. He's going to hit a thruster, so a nice squat and a punch overhead. He's going to hold that dumbbell overhead. Take one reverse lunge, big step back. Take the other reverse lunge, big step back, and then you're going to bring that dumbbell back to the shoulder. Give me another squat, give me another thruster. Lunge, lunge. Cool, you can set that down. He just did 2 reps for me. A thruster plus a lunge is 1 rep. You all owe me 10. Do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Cool? Then move it along. 20 reps are a second movement, so 10 thruster lunges. 20 Russian swings. Very simple. I'm looking for kettlebell or dumbbell head swings. You can grab that kettlebell by the handles or the dumbbell by the head, like so. Todd's going to pick it up. He's going to hinge at the hips. Very similar to our main power clean movement. Keep his feet nice and flat. Swing that dumbbell right up to eye level. Keeping his elbows nice and close to his body as long as you can. For 20 reps, plain and simple. Then he's going to hit the floor. Thank you, Todd. For 30 mountain climbers, 10 thrusters plus a lunge. 20 Russian swings, 30 mountain climbers. He's going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 30. Cool. Each leg will count as 1 for me today. All right, keep your shoulders over your hands, keep that body in a nice straight line. Then 40 sit-ups. If we have any sit-up wizards today, this is how you're going to finish this workout. I like that, sit-up wizard. That's nice.
You should make a t-shirt.
I should.
I need t-shirt ideas as well. So if you have a t-shirt idea, you can leave that in the comments. A lot of opportunity to leave comments today.
He's going to finish out with 40 sit-ups for me. His feet, the bottoms of his feet are together. He's tapping the ground behind his head, and he's tapping the space in front of his toes to complete a sit-up. So in 3 minutes, you have 10 thrusters, 20 swings, 30 mountain climbers, and 40 sit-ups. Wherever you get cut off, whether it's in those mountain climbers, it will probably be in the sit-ups. You're going to stop, immediately start back at the beginning for our next 3-minute interval. We're going over 6 rounds today. Cool. There you go. 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
We'll get moving.
30 seconds. How many sit-ups do you think you're going to get first round?
26.
26. I was going to say around 20. You got about 20 seconds until we start. Let's see what happens. Problem is, if we're really trying, neither of us really want to talk. So that's 3 minutes of silence. Yeah, that's a lot of silence. You ready?
Going in 10. Let's do it.
Oh, that's not it.
We're going in 10 in about 15 is what we're going to do. There we go. Now we're going in 10.
Starting with our thruster. Thruster, lunge, lunge. 5 per side.
3, 2, 1. Here we go. When you get these thrusters moving, use your legs. Cool. Try to let that dumbbell leave the shoulder until you've stood all the way up, so all that nice leg power can help you move that dumbbell overhead, especially since we just did a lot of shoulder to overhead, so the arm might be a little tired. The legs are going to help you. The lunges are pretty standard. We'd love to see overhead lunges for these. If anyone today is just struggling with their shoulder mobility because of today or because it's just a normal thing you do, you can drop it down to the front rack on the shoulder and get reverse lunges right there. Look at that, he's listening to me. Cool. Whatever happens, you need a thruster and you need 2 lunges, you need 10 total.
Remember, after this, we're heading into 20 Russian swings.
Grab that kettlebell, grab that dumbbell by the head. You're swinging right up to eye level, no higher, no lower, for 20 reps. Oh, the hat's off. Todd means business.
No, it just won't stay on.
Todd doesn't mean business.
The hat doesn't want me. 90 seconds in, 90 seconds to go.
That's very sad, actually. I may have been a bit ambitious with my 26 sit-ups, but we will see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each leg counts as 1. Find 30. Center those shoulders right over the hands. Don't lean back. Stay on it. I can't see the clock from where I'm sitting.
50 seconds.
50 seconds, maybe 26. Oh God.
Got just over 30 seconds until we go back to the top.
Again, we're going to go right into that next round, so right back to our set of 10 thrusters. That means you probably want to end this with a reasonable sit-up pace, not your fastest sit-ups in the world. It's not even breathing enough to get right into that next round. It's going to happen in 15 seconds. Todd's going to set a nice number for you. You know what you get when you get there. We're going to hop on up for thruster in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you got for me, Todd?
28.
28!
That was just for you, coach. Just for you. So, we got 2 things. We're combining 2 movements. The thruster, we've seen that before. Overhead lunge, seen that before. So, Coach Cole was saying earlier, the more you think about that explosive hip opening makes the thruster easier. When you're doing these lunges, big step backwards. Want to have a vertical shin. Want to be driving through the heel of that forward foot when we then go ahead and switch. Hang in there. Remember, if the overhead reverse lunge is giving you issues today, whatever that might be, it's fine. Take it to the front rack, leave it in that front rack position, and then make that as your lunges, all right? 60 seconds in, you got 2 minutes to go.
Look at that, right into the swings if you're feeling good. Don't put that down.
Look at that, just about halfway there. 90 seconds in, 90 seconds to go. Going into those Russian swings, remember in the first part what I was saying, keeping your arm glued to your body as long as possible. Same idea is the same. Same idea is the same.
Yup.
You know what I'm trying to say. The idea is the same for the Russian swings. It's just now that you got two. Keep it glued as long as possible. You got about 60 seconds to go. We're gonna see, I got a sneaky feeling. Coach Cole is gonna come in with a number higher than 28 sit-ups, which is good. Second round, you're usually a little more warmer. You're a little more acclimated to the workout and what's to be expected. So getting a higher number on your second set is very common. So I have nothing but high expectations for Coach Cole. But I don't want to leave him alone. So give him some sit-ups too. You got just about 30 seconds until we're heading back into the thrusters and the overhead lunges. Good, 20 seconds to go. And then we'll be finished with our second round. Second of 6, 15. 10 seconds. Okay, 5. Going back to the thrusters in 3, 2, 1. Right back into those thrusters. How many sit-ups, Coach Cole?
33.
33.
This time your turn.
Nothing. Nothing but what I expected.
Looks like 40 is possible. If you're feeling good, you're getting warm, you want to give it to me for a round. Love it. See if you can get 40 in. Love to see it. It's going to require you to go nice and smooth from your thruster to your swings to the floor for some climbers.
Nice big step back on these lunges. For that thruster, explosive hip with that press overhead. Big step back, big step back. Just about 60 seconds in. Going right into those swings if you're able to. 20 swings. Halfway through. 90 in, 90 to go.
So, since we set a couple sit-up numbers for the day, you know your ballpark. Try and hang on, get to the floor, and somewhere near those sit-ups. We're on the third round of 6. So there's time. We're getting there. Todd's trying to get some sit-ups in, I can tell you that.
Less than a minute to go.
When you start doing those sit-ups, I love a breath in while your back's on the floor and a breath out. As you sit up to the top, that just allows you to breathe in. We have more room for air. You can literally get more oxygen in, and oxygen is important when you're working out. And the breath out at the top is just to keep your rhythm going, like Todd's doing. Interestingly enough, Todd's moving forward every time he sits up right now. I move backwards a little bit. You might move one way or the other, probably not sideways, but hey, faster you go, the more movement you're going to create. I can't see the clock from here. Got 12 seconds. Todd's going to put some on the board. I said 33. What's he going to say? What are you going to say? 5, 3, 2, 1. And yeah, 10 thrusters. Take a breath. Get right back on the dumbbell. What'd you get, Todd?
34.
34. Ah, shit.
34. That's all I needed.
That's all you needed.
All right, we're halfway there. 3 minutes in, 3 minutes to go. Obviously, we're just having some fun with each other right now. Trying to see who can get more reps in, while at the same time giving you some instruction, giving you some motivation. You're over halfway there. The hardest part probably for a lot of us, maybe is the thrusters and lunges. It's at the beginning of the round. Try to focus a little more. I'm going to say it again. The more you use your hips, the more you stand up with power, the easier that press is overhead. And it's super easy if you're not paying attention. It's super easy if you're trying to move quickly to not do that big step backwards and get that vertical shin, but instead to have a shallow step backwards. My shin is no longer vertical, my knee is no longer over my ankle, it's over my toes. So this is the position that we're not looking for. Knee back, knee back, knee back, driving through the heel of that foot, all right? Good news is you're just about at the halfway point. Just about 90 seconds in, 90 seconds to go. So you got a nice pace, over halfway. Get to those swings, try to go straight into them. Try to not put your weight down if you're able to. Squeeze your butt at the top every time. Squeeze that butt tight, pop the hips open. Yeah, just eye level. You're just looking to get this weight up about eye level. If you want to, you can always make up time, quicker, faster, mountain climbers. You can do them super fast. I know this sounds a little hard to believe, maybe a little counterintuitive. Coach Cole was talking about breathing when doing the sit-ups. Sit-ups are actually like a wonderful time to catch your breath from a movement that you're doing right before it that got you breathing pretty heavy. So if you can settle into a rhythm, settle into that breath going up and down, you can still move pretty quickly. I'll also say this, I'm sure Coach Cole knows this, but if you want to go a little bit faster on your sit-ups, you can always push off the ground in front of you to help you go back a little bit faster. I also didn't say that with about 15 seconds left, so if you didn't remember, it's too late now. We're going back to the top in 3, 2, 1. How'd you do, Coach?
I was not planning on beating you that round. That's why I'm Now we know. All right, 2 more chances. So you got 2 more chances. You got this round and the next round to set that high score for today. Throw it in the comments. Might as well. It's so easy to type it down there. We tell you to leave comments for 2 reasons. 1, we're talking to a camera, so it's just helpful to remind us that there's people out there that are doing this. And 2, it helps with the algorithm. So it's a little bit selfish, but the more people that we get in front, hopefully the more people we help to get fit. But you got this round and 1 more. You come a long way. Kind of a challenging day, but you got this. What song is that? I think it's an old Stevie Nicks song. It's called Come a Long Way. It's really good. All right, 60 seconds in. It might be Nancy Griffith. That is an artist I've never heard of. I think if anybody watching this knows who Nancy Griffith is, they're going to be very confused as to how I know who she is, but doesn't matter. Okay, just about that halfway point. 90 seconds in, 90 seconds to go.
Remember, once you get to the Russian swings, try to go straight into them and not waste time fumbling around with your weight, setting it down, or anything like that.
I would just like to point out to Todd that there's sweat on my forehead. It's there. I do sweat.
I'll address that in a second. All right, less than a minute to go. You got less than a minute to go. This is our 17th 40-minute workout.
Oh, I'm gonna get roasted.
We have about 5 bodyweight workouts. We have about 5 abs workouts posted online. Sometimes we record them back to back. During that time, I have to change my shirt because it is dripping in sweat. And regardless of the color, Coach Cole has the dry shirt. So I joke a lot that he doesn't sweat. It's still very dry. Maybe his forehead is a little sweaty. I don't know, maybe you just don't sweat through your chest. Is that possible? You got 15 seconds. Hopefully this is helping pass the time. We got our last round coming up in just about 10 seconds.
I'm gonna get 35 sit-ups next time.
Last round, you're going for 35?
I gotta beat you.
I love it. So you got 5 seconds, and we're heading into the last round. It's your last 3 minutes of work starting right now. Here we go. So we got our thrusters. We're going into our lunges. Coach Cole is all in for this round. So I'll keep you moving through. Every time you go, whatever movement you're on, tell yourself this is the last time. You're on thrusters right now and you're on lunges. Last time today. Let's make it count. Let's make them good. Good, what's that mean? Especially with these lunges. Can't say it enough times. Big step back, vertical shin. Challenging day. Our strength portion, we didn't put that weight down for 10 minutes. Our conditioning portion, usually we put a little rest in. Not today. So you should be proud of yourself. However today went, it's definitely one of our more challenging workouts that we put when it comes to time under tension and minimal rest. So the fact that you're getting through it, you're doing a great job. You're over 60 seconds in, which means less than 2 minutes to go.
Hang on in with me, I'm going. So are you.
Coach Cole's going for 40. For sure, he's going for 40 sit-ups. I hope he gets there. Okay, here we go. 90 seconds in, 90 seconds to go. Last 90 seconds. Oh my goodness. 90 seconds of sit-ups. He's gonna finish with time to spare. I can guarantee that. Good job, Coach.
You brought some sweat now.
You got 1 minute to go. Last minute of work. Okay, here you go, last 45 seconds. You're either on mountain climbers or you're on sit-ups right now. If you're on sit-ups, if you're on mountain climbers, go faster. I guarantee you can go faster. Catch your breath on the sit-ups or catch your breath in about 35 seconds when everyone's gonna be done. If you're on your sit-ups, absolutely go faster. We got less than 30 seconds to go. So, go a little faster. Try to find that breathing that Coach Cole talked about. When you're nice and long on the floor, you got 20 seconds. It's probably like 5 or 7 reps, and then you're gonna be done. Look at that. You got just over 10 seconds. Keep going. Don't stop there.
Finish it out.
Keep going.
Get all
there
the
it is.
You can
There
get
it is. 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, and time. Great, get down.
All right. All right.
Rounds.
Nice job, everybody. Nice job. Take a second. Catch your breath. You did a great job. Hello, Brooklyn. Hello, Brooklyn. Hi. 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 Nice job, everybody. So, hopefully you had a great workout today with us. Hopefully you had fun. I know that we had a lot of fun today.
I did.
Coach Cole did. Not a drop of sweat on that shirt, but that's okay. If you did, if you were proud of Coach Cole getting 40 sit-ups when I thought he was just going to keep going and seeing how many he could totally do in the time period, give this video a like. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel. We hate asking, you hate hearing it, but it really makes a big difference.
Yeah, please, just do it. All you have to do is do it once. You never click again.
That's it, just once.
Except for comments. Comment a lot.
All the workout apparel that you see us wearing, they're all available on our store. The links for that is down in the bio. Our Instagram accounts, including Brooklyn, you can find down in the bio. And then if you're in the New York City area, you can come catch us. We got classes every week. So, with that being said, I'm Coach Cole. With that being said, I'm Coach Todd. That's Coach Cole. This is Brooklyn. Peace. Good girl. They're both